Jojo, where every single Wednesday I do things and then I pour juice on my head. Usually that's how it works out. Sometimes it's different. Anyways, doesn't really matter. This week, I am excited because, you know, I do a lot of things in my life. I have a crazy life. I have a crazy life story. So this week, I thought it would be a good idea to just sit down and talk to you and tell you my life story and tell you what I've all done and all the fun projects and things that I've done. So, without further ado, let's get started. So I feel like since this is kind of like a sentimental video type thing, I should be a little bit closer to you, so that's what I'm doing. So my life story is crazy. I mean, I've told it to a lot of people here and there, but I've never actually like sat down and told it to the internet and let everyone hear my life story. So, you know, this is gonna be very real, not really any editing, and I'm just gonna tell you guys my story. So it all started off when I was born. I mean, obviously that's when my life started, but when I was born, I was the cutest little baby ever. I mean, look at that little face, I know. Anyways, and also too, I'll be putting pictures here throughout because I think pictures are good and I think that's a good visual for you guys. But no, I was just always, I'm just gonna skip ahead in my life because there's nothing to tell you when I was little. I mean, my mom stuck bows in my head, although there are some pictures that I have where there is not bows in my hair, and you can tell that I look mad in those pictures. Doesn't matter though. So, when I was little, I loved bows, obviously. That's kind of how the whole bow thing started. But I'm gonna move forward in ahead in my life because like nothing happened when I couldn't walk, couldn't talk to anything. So, skipping ahead to when I was 2 years old, I started to dance. Now, I loved dancing. My mom owned a dance studio, and so I was always at the studio. So even before I was 2 years old, I was at the studio. And when I was 2 is when I did my first solo. So now you might be like, oh, that's probably when she started dancing, which is even what I said. But when I actually started dancing is when I could walk. So I was very advanced, and I mean, I'm still advanced, but back then I was very advanced. And I started walking when I was pretty young. I started walking when I was like one-ish, 1.5. So I've been walking, talking, doing my thing for a really long time. But I wanted to dance. Every time my mom would teach a class to the big girls, I would be in the room and I'd be dancing with the big girls. Like, it's just where my heart was. It was what I loved to do. So I danced, I loved it, and finally my mom was like, all right, she comes to the competitions, she does the dances, like she's doing her own dance. She's doing a solo, we're giving her a solo. So that is when I did my first solo, Mama, I'm a Big Girl Now. And I did that solo, and it was so cute. I mean, I was on stage in diapers. I was like the cutest little thing. Most people, if you are not a dancer, they do their first solo when they're like 7 or 8-ish, but I did my first solo when I was 2. Bobo is also here too, so if you hear barking, that's just her. But so I did my first solo when I was 2, and that means that I got a very early head start to the ball game. He's playing like Ring Around the Rosie. I was trying to catch her, but it's fine. Anyways, where was I? So I did my first solo when I was 2, and it was so cute. Like, I love that solo. I could probably do that solo for you now. But I just always loved dance, and I'm just gonna keep moving forward in my life. I danced, I more danced. I was always homeschooled because I was really smart. And yeah, so I'm gonna move forward to when I was about 4. So now when I was 4, my mom brought me out to California to do a little like, it was called Actors, Talent, Models Competition, and I did that competition. And what that is it's basically like a big competition where you sing, you dance, you do a monologue, you do a swimsuit, and it's not like a pageant. Don't think of it as a pageant. Think of it as like a big competition, and you have to like audition to even get into this competition, and the people who are at the competitions are agents and managers. So now I went there because obviously I was little, I was cute, I wanted to do what I'm doing now, and so I went to that thing, and it was great, it was perfect, I loved it so much. I definitely would say like it is something that I am very glad that I did. It just really prepared me. Like, it just kind of gave me a sense of what it's like. So I did that when I was little, and I won everything. Now, shocker, I won everything besides the dance competition. I won singing, I won monologue, I won commercial, I won swimsuit, I won fashion. Like, I won literally everything but dancing. So, I mean, it was just kind of funny. But anyways, that's just like a fun little story that I like to share with some people, and so I thought I would tell you guys that. But now I went back to Omaha and I went to kindergarten. So when I was out there, my mom taught me how to like read and how to do a little bit of math and how to write my name. So when I went to kindergarten, it was like back to like learning the letters. And so that's actually, a lot of people don't know that. That is the original reason why I am homeschooled, is because I was too smart for school. And so then even I was smart when my mom taught me that stuff, like I picked it up like that. And so then I just kind of kept up with it. And when I was in kindergarten, they said I could be in 3rd grade. So like, I was just very ahead of the game. And I always have been, like that's just how I am. So I mean, I danced, I grew older until I was about, let's just say, we'll go for 8. When I was 8 years old, I auditioned for my first TV show, Abby's Ultimate Dance Competition. And now I actually auditioned for season 1. Didn't make the cut. Anyways, that's what happened when I was 8. When I was 9 though, I auditioned for season 2. Now, obviously, if you watch that show, you do know that I am on that show, but that audition process, a lot of people do not know this, that audition process took a long time. It took about 6 months just for the auditions. Like, it was insane. It started off with you sent in your stuff. So you sent in like a little resume, like about you thing, and a video of you dancing. And so, me and my mom did it because obviously that show, a big character in that show is the moms, and so my mom obviously had to do it. But I sent in my dance and they liked us. They were like, oh, we need a Skype call right away. And we did that. It was perfect. They loved us. Then there was some paperwork. Then there was some more paperwork. Then there was some more Skype calls. Then there was some more paperwork. Yeah, I know. She was trying to finish the word for me. Thanks, folks. But then there was a lot of paperwork. Anyways. It went on for a while. Then they flew us out to New York. And in New York, that was the final audition process. So in New York, it was super cool. It was my first time in New York, which was amazing. But we auditioned, we did the final audition there, and they liked me, and I made the cut. So I did that first TV show when I was 9 years old. I was on my first show, Abby's Ultimate Dance Competition. It was unbelievable. Most amazing experience. Like, it was just so cool. That's actually, too, a lot of you might not know this, that's where I met Kalani. And so that was really cool, and it was just such an amazing experience. And obviously that's where I met Abby and Richie and Rochelle, who were the 3 judges. But that was just so awesome. It was so fun. It gave me an experience of what the real world was like, and I loved it. It was just, I loved every single second of it. It was just perfect. So then after Abby's Ultimate Dance Competition, I turned 10 on that show. And when the show was over, I went back home. We filmed that for about 12 weeks. We went back home, nothing really came after that. I was just kind of normal again. Like, I rode the wave, it was great. I met like fans, like it was just so cool. I got social media, and then it was just kind of over. I just was kind of back to being a normal kid again. And I didn't go back to school, I stayed homeschooled, but I just went back to the dance studio, and I was like, I just want to do that again. Like, I just want more. Like, I just want to do more. Like, why is this over? And so then, about a year and a half later, Dance Moms, which at the time is Lifetime's #1 show, it's played in over 114 countries, and obviously it has a really cool cast on it too. They called me while I was at a dance convention, and they called me on Saturday, and I left on Monday. So that audition process was very quick. I didn't even audition. It was the same network, so they liked me. So I went to Dance Moms, and I was on Dance Moms for, I want to say, 2.5 years of my life. It was unbelievable. I mean, stories from Dance Mom include laughing, crying, being like having fun. It was just, Dance Moms was so awesome. And I just remember the cast. I mean, everyone was just so amazing. Even the crew was awesome. Like, there's just so much in Dance Moms that you don't get to see that's behind the scenes that's fun. Like on interview days were actually personally my favorites. So what an interview was is, say you were watching the TV and then it actually would cut to a clip where I'm just like how I am right now. And I'd be like, okay, we're about to go on stage and I am so excited because we've been working really hard for this. So that's what the interview clips are. So interview days were on Tuesdays. And those days were so fun. I mean, it was just all the crew and all the cast. Like, we all had our times, our call times. We did school. Like, it was just so fun. And actually, on Dance Moms, Kalani, while we were on set, introduced me to Grey's Anatomy, so that's how I know about that. But anyways, but yeah, no, Dance Moms was just so unbelievable. It was just awesome. I got to know all the cast. Like, it was so cool. I grew up watching Dance Moms, and I was on Dance Moms. Like, it was just so cool to me to work with Abby every day and Gia every day. Like, a lot of people are like, is Abby really that mean? But like, it's just so, it was so fun, and like, I loved every single minute of it. And even the minutes when I was sad or crying or hurt or broken down, it was still so fun and so worth it. Like, there was plenty of times where my mom was like, Jojo, let's go. Like, she's not treating you like this, we're not doing this. And I was like, no, I'm staying. Like, you can leave, but I'm staying. Like, I don't really care. Like, it's an awesome show. So yeah, so that was Dance Moms. It was just so amazing. I loved it so much. And now, So I don't even know how to tell you guys like this. Like, it's kind of like a weird transition in my life. So I left Dance Moms and I signed with Nickelodeon. So now I left Dance Moms. So now I'm gonna go back in time and talk as future Jojo, not as past Jojo. You get what I'm saying? So I left Dance Moms about a year and a half ago, and I signed with Nickelodeon about a year ago. And it's been such an amazing journey with Nickelodeon. I can't even tell you, it has definitely been the highlight of my life. I mean, like, there's just so many cool things with Nickelodeon. Like, it's just to be in that wheelhouse of everyone from Nickelodeon, from the talent people, the music people, the programming people, the wardrobe people, the hair and makeup people. Like, there's just so many cool things with Nickelodeon that, like, I can't even go to words about. Like, it's just an unexplainable feeling. It's just like you're the happiest person in the world. And like, you wake up in the morning and you're like, I get to go work for Nickelodeon today. Like, if I was a normal kid back in Nebraska, I'd probably be like, I'm going to work at the grocery store today. But I get to wake up and I get to be like, I get to go work for Nickelodeon. It's just such an honor and such a goal of mine that I've finally achieved. So definitely I've done some pretty amazing things with Nickelodeon. I mean, I've had 2 songs come out with Nickelodeon. I have had, I gotta go back and I gotta explain Boomerang, because that's a big part of my life story that kind of was just in the Dance Moms period, but I just couldn't think of it, so I'm going to go back and explain that. But what I've done with Nickelodeon, I have done so much with them. I mean, 2 of the biggest things, I put out 2 of my new songs, Kid in the Candy Store and Hold the Drama. I put out the lyrics video for both of them, which is pretty awesome, and I'm filming the music videos for both of them this week, actually. I mean, tomorrow and the next day. So literally very soon. What else have I done with Nickelodeon? I mean, I filmed my special with Nickelodeon, Jojo See What My World. I'm so excited for that. I did School of Rock with Nickelodeon. I did Make It Pop with Nickelodeon. I did Thundermans with Nickelodeon. I'm doing something really secret that I can't tell you about with Nickelodeon. I've done a ton of other shows on Nickelodeon. I mean, I did the Valentine's Day special, the Summer special, the Halloween special, like a lot of fun things. Kids' Choice Awards, which was also an amazing time. So I'm gonna kind of go back and give you like separate pieces of my life that I like Boomerang and Kids' Choice Awards and other things that I can think of. So, like I've said, Nickelodeon is just amazing. It's literally just so awesome. And also, one thing that's been a big part of my life are the bows. That's also been through Nickelodeon too. Right now, they took me on for merchandising. So a lot of people don't know this too. People ask me, like, what does Nickelodeon do? Like, what do you do with Nickelodeon? And what I did with Nickelodeon is that I am signed with an overall talent deal. So what that means is that I have signed with them for merchandise, which is called consumer products in the real world. But in the kid world, in the other real world, merchandise, anything from a yogurt to a t-shirt to a bed to a sock, you get the point. Anyways, so consumer products, music, TV, which is programming, movies, events, social media, just so many things that everything you can think of, I am signed with them for, which is very, very, very awesome. But Nickelodeon, like, the merchandising is just so awesome. Like, I have my own line of bows. I have my own t-shirts, my own posters, my own backpack. Like, there's just so many cool things that I have my own of, and it's just amazing. I have my own doll. Like, that's just insane. I have so many products in Walmart. Walmart has over 54 bows, I want to say. And like, Walmart is like a huge company. So that's another thing that I'm going to talk separately about. So my life now, as it is just amazing. And I can't even tell you how much I love it. It's just unbelievable. It's the happiest life I could even imagine living. And it's perfect. So a big part of my life was Boomerang. Now, I put out Boomerang about a year ago. The music video came out about a year ago. It's doing amazing because of you guys. It has over 230 million views. Now, I don't know if you know, but that is just insane. That is so many views that you guys have watched and you guys have loved. There's this little girl, I mean, I'm gonna not say her name or where she's from or anything because, like, that's private information, but she's 16. She is a little disabled, and she says that when she's feeling down or when she's not feeling happy or when she just needs to boost, she likes to listen to Boomerang. She doesn't care if the other high schoolers are gonna be like, hey, you listen to a 13-year-old song? Now 14, but back in the time it was 13. She just loves it, and there's a ton of people out there that love it, and it just makes me feel so happy that it makes you guys feel so happy. So that's really cool for me. I mean, Boomerang was so fun that we recorded that song. I wrote that song. Like, it's just been amazing. And it's so cool to see all the people that can come back like boomerangs. We ain't going far like frisbees. The only people that are going far like frisbees are the haters. Haters are going far, far like frisbees. But we're coming back like boomerangs. That's like one of my favorite things to say. Another big thing in my life was the Kids' Choice Awards! So a lot of people know this because a lot of people watch the Kids' Choice Awards and a lot of people follow me on social media. But if you don't, and if you are under a rock and you don't know about this, I won a Kids' Choice Awards this year for Favorite Viral Music Artist, and it was unbelievable. I mean, I just was at one of the biggest kid award shows, and I'm sitting there, I'm like, I know I'm nominated, but I don't know if I won or not. Like, I was just sitting there and I was like, I wasn't really nervous because just being nominated is pretty awesome, but I was just like, oh, I just hope I win, I just hope I win, I just hope I win, I just hope I win. Like, I was just so, like, I wanted to win. You know when you just want to win? Like, you're like, I don't really care, like, win or lose, I'll be happy. But I wanted to win that time. I was like, I just want to win. Like, I'm really feeling it. And so I'm sitting there and I'm like, you know, it'll be okay. Like, no matter what, I'm gonna go home. I'm probably gonna get some ice cream tonight. Like, it's gonna be a fun night no matter what. And I'm sitting there and they go, and the winner is Jojo Siwa. And I was like, ah! Literally. See, now, if I felt like editing this video really good, I would have gone like this. I would have gone, ah! Then I would have cut to another clip of me going, ah! Like, if I really wanted to try with my editing tonight, I would do that, but I'll just do it like this for you. It just won't be the edited version. My mom is probably like, what is she doing up there? Oh well, doesn't matter. So that was amazing. And now the last thing, I might come up with another thing to talk to you guys about, but the last thing is Walmart. Now that has been something huge in my life. I mean, I have my own doll in Walmart that is, one, a bestseller on Walmart, which is just amazing, and two, I have a Boba plush at Walmart, which is just so cute, and that sold out, which is amazing. There's a pink t-shirt on walmart.com/Jojo that is a bestseller, which is very exciting. And also, I mean, there is a ton of other stuff on walmart.com/Jojo. There are bows, which are awesome. There are party supplies, there are plates, there are cups, there are napkins, endless things to name. There's little cosmetics, there's nail polish, which is really cute, and there's lip gloss, which I love. There is little like party popper bows, there's little mini bows that Bobo loves. So there is like a ton of cool things on Walmart, which is so cool. So if you want to go check those out, and if you want to get some awesome Jojo bows and awesome Jojo t-shirts, I would love that. You can go to walmart.com/Jojo. Might as well check it out. It's pretty awesome. I love it. It's just so cool and so amazing. Okay, now for real, the last thing before I tell you my secret and before I do the juice is, a lot of times people ask me, you have so much success, you have done so much, and you are so young. What would you tell people? What advice would you give them? If I could tell you guys anything, it would be to be yourselves, to be confident, to be nice to everybody, and to always follow your dreams and to never give up on them. That is the #1 thing. Never give up on your dreams. Do that for me. All right, you guys. Stop for my secret! Alrighty. See how, if I can do this.
Oh, fail. Fail.
Who's ready for the secret? Let's see if I can do it. No, I don't want these.
Oh, you didn't tell him the secret yet? Oh my gosh. That's so exciting.
You good?
Yeah. I'm itchy nose.
Just get it.
I got it. It's just itchy. This is dry. It's just itchy. I'm just failing life right now.
Okay. Alright. If you want to know the secret, I'm going to tell you the secret right now. Make sure to watch tomorrow's vlog on my vlog channel. Okay, so I really promise you, I do have a huge secret that I've been counting down to on my vlog channel.
You need to tell them.
No. I have a huge secret that I've actually been wanting to tell you guys on my vlog channel. So you can go look that up, JJ Swirled, JJ space S''WORLD, or just go click the link that is in the description and go subscribe. But I am telling you guys, tomorrow on tomorrow's vlog. I really promise, if you can cut off my pinky, if you watch Thursday's vlog, that'll go up on Thursday, and I do not tell you. I pinky promise. So, without further ado though, let's finish this and get to the juice.
I'm making you tell tomorrow.
What?
I thought you were telling today. I'm making you tell tomorrow.
No, I'm gonna say it on the vlog today, which will go up tomorrow.
Yeah, I got you, boo.
Alright. But the insane juice that I promised is Jojo's juice.
The last bottle of it that we have.
The carbonation.
That's great.
No, there's so much in